El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele blasted the Biden administration for aligning with the Salvadoran opposition, which he referred to as dumb. Far from being a controversial remark made on public or during a public appearance or during a press conference, Nayib Bukele actually did this on his Twitter account. Of course, imitating other populist presidents or former presidents such as Donald Trump or the case of Jair Bolsonaro in Brazil. This is essentially the second time that President Bukele do this. I mean, last month he actually suggests that the Biden administration was somehow financing the Salvadoran opposition. Of course, it is an undeniable fact that he made these delicate accusations without showing any type of evidence whatsoever. The latest tweet where he essentially accused the Biden administration of aligning with the Salvadoran opposition came after the Biden administration sanctioned 3 members of the Salvadoran government for corruption and negotiating with the leaders of the world's criminal gangs in El Salvador. As we reported here on Newsweek last week, the Treasury Department sanctioned 3 members of the Salvadoran government exactly for this, and the most concerning thing is that the Biden administration basically points out that these negotiations with the worst criminal gangs of El Salvador, including MS-13, this negotiation was essentially a secret deal, a secret pact between the government of Nayib Bukele and these gangs in order to reduce crime, in order to reduce the homicides committed all across the country, so the government could show good numbers and tell their supporters that they are essentially fulfilling the promise of tackle down crime. This on the one hand. On the other hand, this secret deal, this secret pact between the government of Nayib Bukele and these criminal gangs were made essentially to make them vote for the party of Nayib Bukele in the upcoming midterm elections in El Salvador. We're talking about something extremely controversial. We're talking about something extremely delicate, because what exactly does this mean? What does it mean that the government of El Salvador is basically asking these criminal gangs to vote for them? Are we talking about these members of these criminal gangs voting for the party of Nayib Bukele, or are we actually talking about making these criminal gangs to convince or actually to force the people that live in the communities that they control to vote for the party of Nayib Bukele? We don't know, but there are many questions to be answered. And to be worse, the Biden administration pointed out, as we reported last week, that the government of Nayib Bukele gave financial incentives to these criminal gangs. I mean, we're talking about money here. So this decision by the Treasury Department and the fact that the Biden administration publicly condemned the government of Nayib Bukele, essentially created a geopolitical storm where the president of El Salvador is now blasting. The United States is blasting the White House for allegedly aligning with the political opposition of the Central American nation. So this is actually extremely delicate, because we need to remember that El Salvador has always been one of the main allies of the United States in Central America. So the rise of Nayib Bukele has only deteriorated this relationship. We actually saw some pretty delicate episodes during the Trump administration in the US, and we are now seeing a pretty significant escalation during the Biden administration. We don't know what is going to happen, but the truth is that the historic relationship between the United States and El Salvador is definitely at risk. Reporting from Medellin, Colombia, Luis Orozco, Newsweek.